Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Now Experts Time channel. In this channel, we have discussed various topics, various solution tips, tricks, uh, items with respect to ServiceNow site. Those items uh, recorded as a video and it is stored in this channel. So when you have a time, just watch and read it. Maybe that will helpful for your real business landscape. In the past few videos, we have started our developer transform as a ServiceNow developer series. In the past three videos, we discussed about how to create a script, how to kickstart the script as a beginner, and how to define the variables and how to call the variables, what is a functions, how the functions it is defined, how to call the functions. So those type of items it was discussed. If you want to learn those items, please refer those videos. It will helpful for you. So in today's session, what we are going to talk here is conditional or control statement. What is that? Conditional and control statement. This conditional and control statement, normally we call it as if, while, and for. These loops, we call it as conditional and control statements. So this loop, it is supporting to find the record or to insert the record in your table. So when you want to transform as a developer, so this loops, it is normally helping to find the records, to insert the records in your tables. So as a programmer, you first know and you must understand what is this, how to define the syntax, how it is executing. That clarity it is required to transform as a ServiceNow developer here. So to give that clarity, this video it will support you. So if means like if a is greater than b, if x is equal to y, if x is not equal to y, like that, those type of definitions we are going to handle, those type of instructions we are going to handle via if statement. What is difference between if and while? Normally people will ask. If and while means it's one time check, while means it's a multi-time check. These loops also little dangerous if you are not using these loops in the right position or right location in your script. So if you are not positioned in the right location, what it will do is it will execute n number of time. So your query, that means your script, it will run infinite manner also. So when it is going for an infinite manner, so that time the database related progress, it will go slow. So this scripting, if you are not using properly, it will completely create a performance issue in your service now. So remember this point. When you are using these conditions, you should be very careful to define the syntax, to define this condition in your script. So first we will go for a if, for a simple understanding. I'm just defining the some simple variables. A equal to 10, variable b equal to 30. If a is greater than b, we just put gs dot print a greater. So now if I'm executing, there is no result because a is not greater. So I just change this item as 40. I'm just running this. Now it's showing as a greater. So in this code, we instructed to the system, if A is greater than B, then you put a greater. In case A is not greater than B, how it should behave, that message is not available. So that's the reason it doesn't provide any result here. So here we can change using else statement, else gs dot print b greater. So now you slightly change that approach. Here you change the way value 60. Now you run the script. Currently it shows the result as a greater. If you run the script, then it will show a b greater. So this condition checking, it is very easy to do with the help of if and else. This is a way we are defining here. So this is clearly explained, it will execute only one time. If this condition is fail, it will stop and it will show the result. That's all. Maybe it's null or something, it is already defined in the else condition somewhere, then it will showcase those answers or output in the screen. So this is a way normally it will execute. So where we have a problem, if you are using only one if, one else, it is not a problem. If you are using a multi if, multi else, then it should be a problem. So in each line it will go for each if statement, else statement, again if statement, else statement, that way it will execute it. So if this is one and another one is a condition is else if. So else if means again this, if this is not, then it this, if this is not, then this. So that n number of infinite items you can define via this if else if syntax. So remember, this will execute only one time, but if you are using a multi if multi use, then it will go each line, each step, and it will read and execute. So this will create a performance issue as well if you are not positioning in the right area or right script. So I hope this is clear. Next, while statement. So instead of while, we can do put here while syntax. If you are putting an while syntax, then it will do this item. So now what it will do, it will throw an error, so it is not doing any item. So for example, I just put I plus plus, I remove this, I is not equal to 10. I put I and I create 5. So now here you can see 5 times it is printing. So because I is 5. So here I plus plus means I equal to I plus 1. That's the message. So I plus plus, you can write I equal to I plus 1 or I plus plus, like that. Which way it is better, you can use it. So but the real meaning I plus plus equal to I equal to I plus 1. That's the message. Okay. So this is a way you can do it. You want to print that statement or you want to do the check with the help of this while. So that's what I said. When you use this while, see, not equal to 10, then it is executing 5 times. For example, if it is 9, it will show only one time execution, right? So define that variable boolean values properly when you are using a while statement. When you do this table insert, mostly we will use the while statement as a get information side, so not insert information. So when you want to pull one record from your table, that time this while loop frequently we are using, because that table is having a number of entry. So you need to get that table entry properly, how system knows, it will go for each record, first record, second record, third record, like that. So if you want to do that type of check, then you can use this while loop, and that while loop also you need to use very careful here. So this is a very simple one, and if it's a very simple compared to him, if you are using a while, if side there is a branches are there, if, else if, etc. But while side there is no branches, it is straightforward while only. So I hope this is also clear. So now we are doing the warm up, how to change as a developer means these are all the basic fundamental, you need to understand it. If this fundamental is clear, then you directly we directly go to the ServiceNow glide record functions, create the entry, update the entry, delete the entry. Those type of actions we can perform very easily. So before go to that, this warm up is required to transform as a developer series. Yeah, so that's what we are doing here. That warm up related activity we are going one by one. uh, you can change as a developer. If you are a beginner, definitely it will help you. This roadmap will support you to practice yourself. uh, what are all the focus area I need to check uh, to convert as a developer. So next is uh, for loop. So for loop, it's again similar like a while loop. So for normally the syntax is uh, I equal to 0, I is less than or equal to 10, and I plus plus. So there are three conditions we are defining here. So I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So here you are adding I plus plus instead of this I plus plus, we are directly adding in this for loop here. And when we add the while, I equal to I not equal to 10, I just added, right? So instead of I not equal to 10, we have slightly changed it here. So we are defining a 3 operation in one syntax. So only change is here for loop. Instead of while, we are changing the statement as for. That's all. So if that is a case, then if you run this script, how many times it is printing? It is printing a 10 times. Here if I put I equal to 1, then it will execute a 9 times. 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it shows a less than or equal to 10. I put a less than 10, then it will show 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. 9 times it will showcase here. So 1 time to 9 time it is printing here. So it's typical extension of your while loop. While loop, you are defining only one condition in the braces. The remaining I plus plus etc. everything you are defining here. Instead of that, you are defining all three condition in one line, that is called for loop. So here also you need to be very careful when you are writing a code with the help of for. So it will create some damage if you are not positioning this syntax in the right location. So you need to be very careful here. So this is also clear. So here this is only the syntax, how we are defining inside. If we are putting again if etc. Similar way you can put inside for, you can put one more for, that is not a problem, you can do it. But again I'm saying you need to be very careful here. So this is clear. I think the uh, for loop also explained. Now we just go with the switch option. So here what we can do is here switch and open close braces. Switch side a little user friendly here because it will go for a case wise. So case 0, and you are preparing some operation and break. That's all. Similar way, if case 1, again operation and break. So see, I put capital, so I need to change this small, then it will resolve the problem. So if I'm passing that value uh, I, if I it says an empty, for example here I put gs dot print 1, here I put gs dot print 2. If you run, what it will do, it will not show any message because this I value it's not 0, I value does not 1. So if I put I value here, I just change as 1. Let's see what it is showing. It shows 2. So that means if this 1 value is passing into the switch case, that is I. So this I, it is matching the case 0 and I equal to 1. I equal to 1 means first case it is not executing, second case it is executing here. So it is showing that case 1 side what is operations you are performing here. Here you are putting only the print statement, so it is printing the result as 2. So similar way you can put n number of cases, how much it is required. Using that case you can perform that operation. So it is very simple, and this is a little less harmful compared to your while and for loop. So if you are using the case statement very clear manner, it will execute only that item. If not, there is a one more option called default. So default you can execute here gs dot print no match, and you just put break. Just run it. Here it shows 9. I'm just putting a 9. Something I'm missing the syntax here. Default. You can do one thing. Switch. Just put a switch statement JavaScript. You just take it one switch statement here, and you just try it directly from your ServiceNow. So you put a default here, but why it is not working? Is it showing any error? Okay, it shows a capital letter. I did a mistake. Same. So default, it will show a no match, right? So I equal to 9. So there is a 9 is not case 0, case 1 is not 9, and there is no option, so default it is printing no match. So this is a way this conditional statement, control statement we are using in our programming language. So you must understand this logic here, but sorry, must understand this syntax and execution steps here. So if this is clear, then you are ready now to go and kickstart our ServiceNow development part. So I hope you just revise this part from your side using this your if, while, for, switch statement with the simple coding. Don't take a much bigger coding here. Just to try to understand how it is executing. If you are practicing this, then we will build the logic. Based on the logic, we will apply our uh, loop in our code. Then you can easily narrate, or you can easily get a confidence with that approach. I hope you enjoyed this session. Stay tuned and subscribe this channel to understand more videos, more learning items from ServiceNow. Thank you so much. Good day and goodbye.